Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So we are going to discuss the gear management system in this video. In case some of you are new, you weren't here during the live stream and you're like, gee, what are you talking about? What is this gear management system? I'm curious. So basically, the live stream a few weeks ago where we discussed what we'd like to see in a new Ghost Recon game, ideas were brought up and I had discussed this gear management system. And within this system, it basically represents what you put on as far as gear and how that fluctuates different modifiers in the game. So for instance, if you put on a lot of heavy gear, your stamina would go down, your stealth would go down, but your health would go up because you'd have on a lot of tack armor, things like that. So that's basically a gear management system. So for instance, the more gear you have on, the heavier you are, the quicker you gas out, the slower you are. The more gear you have on, the louder you are. The more heavy armor you have on, the more health bullets you could take before dying, things like that. So it's basically across 5 modifiers: weight, stamina, speed, stealth, and health. These are the five modifiers that will all fluctuate depending on what you put on in your character. So I fleshed out a system for you guys to see visually what I would really like to see in the next Ghost Recon. If not the next one, the one after that. I think this mechanic right here should be a priority for the tactical shooter genre in general and just shooters at this point. So let's get into it. This is something I threw together really quick. Disclaimer, it's not supposed to be beautiful. It's not supposed to have a gorgeous UI. I just wanted to have the functionality work so you could understand where I'm going with this system. So as you can see, we have our character here, we have our primary weapon here, and we have our slots here. These slots represent items on your vest, right? So what I would like to see is items on your vest and items in your bag as well. So when you have items on your vest, these are quick access items. You take a grenade, throw it, you'd use all these, and then you'd have to go into your bag to hook your guy up and to keep any additional supplies in your bag. Your bag actually represents a system of weight. And as you can see here, I have where you could have a small bag, which you could carry 3 additional items, a medium bag where you could carry 6 additional items, and a large bag where you can now carry 9 additional items. Okay, so let's stick with none for now, right? Right off the bat, let's think about what we want to build out, right? So we have our stats over here. As you can see, our baseline stats, our stealth is high, our health is at a decent level, but still low because if we have no armor, we're gonna get shot and die. Our stamina and speed is also high, right? So we come into our 3 main important pieces of gear. I kept out things like gloves if you want to have a belt. I kept that stuff out just so you could kind of get the point of how this should work. Okay, so you come into here and you have different types of pants, right? Let's showcase right off the bat. If you wanted to wear tactical gear, lots of armor, so you could be efficient in gunfights and everything like that, you wear these sentinel pants, right? Boom. So the sentinel pants come on. As you could see, your health skyrocketed, stealth went down, stamina and speed started going down. Your total weight is 5 pounds. Again, these numbers are arbitrary. These numbers I just created out of thin air to kind of be able to build a system around. This is something you would really have to flesh out and really have to think about if you were to build it for a video game. Let's go to vest. All right, we'll throw on the sentinel vest. As you can see, look, our health goes up. Our character now has on the vest, the pants. So now our health has gone up. Our stealth has come down. Our stamina and speed has come down. Our weight, we're getting a little more heavy, right? Head protection. Let's keep it going with the sentinel. So now look at our health. We're in full tack gear. Our health, we're ready to rock and roll, right? We can get in a nice gunfight, and maybe instead of it feeling like it's on elite difficulty, and maybe it's like advanced or normal, where it take a few shots to really kill you. You get the idea. So that's basically your tack gear soldier who has all this armor on, right? And so let's say he's gonna roll out with a saw, right? So now as you can see, it keeps going. Now the saw has a certain amount of weight to it. Your stamina and your speed has gone down. Your weight has gone back up. Your health doesn't move. Obviously, the gun shouldn't matter. If you think you're a little too slow with this, maybe you'll rock the M4. Your stamina and speed will go up a little bit. Your weight comes down a little bit. All right, but now you know what, we're gonna go with the saw, so that's fine. And now let's see. Let's start putting items on our vest. Now, obviously, I didn't go in Photoshop. I would like to see these items actually on the it's two on the vest and two on the belt. That's what I would like to see. So a couple on the vest and a couple on the belt. So we have here, let's have a grenade, and maybe a diversion lure, and maybe a mine for if we have to, you know, set a booby trap or something. As you can see, the weight keeps going up. As your weight goes up, your stamina, your speed, your stealth, it keeps coming down. So as you build your character out, things matter what you take into the field. All right, so now bag, small, medium, and large. Let's have let's rock a medium bag, right? And let's have a couple extra grenades. And as you can see, it goes down slowly as your weight goes up. A couple extra grenades. We need an EMP grenade just in case. Let's have an extra mine, an extra C4, and an extra division lure, right? So now, what I would like to see for these, okay, is that once you use the ones on your vest and your belt, you have no more there. And I'd like to see it almost like The Last of Us, where if you're in the middle of combat and you've wasted your quick access items that are on you, you have to go into your bag to maybe either put them back. Like, let's say you want to just re-equip some items. So you have to take your bag off, and he'll have animations that put it back on. He puts his bag back on. Or if you just want to grab an item real quick, you could take it off, you grab the item, you put the bag back on, you have the item in your hand, and you could use it. I would really like to see a system that makes sense with the gear that we have on. So if you were to use these, you would have these in reserves. Now, you could also use, let's say you use a large bag, but you keep these slots empty just in case out in the field you want to grab additional items. That's fine. Or maybe, you know, maybe you don't want these. Maybe you want to take these out and you just want to roll with 3, but you want 3 extra slots on the medium bag, or you'll just rock the small bag, you know, whatever. So now maybe you're at the point where, you know what, I want to roll out with a small bag, but I'm way too, I'm just not quiet enough. I'm moving around. I want to do more Sam Fisher type play style. I want to really kind of get in the middle of the action. I want to infiltrate and be stealthy. So it's okay. So you know what, let's throw on these Cry G3 knees, right? So we change that out. We'll throw on an Alice chest vest, and we'll throw on 4th echelon goggles. So now, as you can see, your playstyle has changed dramatically. And you know what? Let's rock like a submachine gun. So now you have a submachine gun out. You've changed your gear. And now look, your health has gone down. You're a lot lighter. Your stamina, your speed, and your stealth have now gone up. So now this all right here would have to tie into the mechanics of the of your character. So your character would actually be changed when these parameters here are changed, and they would have to program that in, obviously. And this is basically the bread and butter of how this gear management system, in my opinion, should work. And I would like to see something like this in Ghost Recon and the Ghost Recon franchise, because quite honestly, I think we're at the point now where Ubisoft maybe wanted to make something different with Breakpoint, and I feel like they went down the wrong path with gear score, and they went down the wrong path with the drones and just the way everything was designed in that game. I really feel like a system like this would hit home with the majority of the people who play shooters. And this really is not a complicated system. If you think about it, this system in itself allows the player to play exactly how they want. You can still have classes if you want to have like a hacker class or whatever type of class. And you could have perks and whatever you want, however Ubisoft wants to make them. But right here, you're basically building out your own echelon soldier when you do this, right? You're choosing, if you want to roll out with this gear, with this submachine gun and only these few items, you're basically choosing, yo, I'm a hit and run character. I get in quick, silent, I'm deadly. When shit hits the fan, I'm gone. And then if you're playing co-op, or you could set up your AI teammates, you could have them maybe change it up. Maybe not so much Sentinel, maybe Hill's Pants. And we'll do an armored duel. Not as heavy as the Sentinel, but pretty heavy. You know, now we're getting a little more heavy. And we'll do the Ops Core helmet. And instead I'll rock the M4. So now you have more of like an assault type soldier where the stealth is not as bad as it was when you had the Sentinel outfit on, but it's still not great. You still have on, you're still very bulky. You have on a lot of gear. If you try to move around with this, you're not going to be as stealthy as someone who had on the other types of gear. And your stamina, your speed is not as bad. If you realize in firefights, like, you know, I'm getting in too many firefights. I'm kind of dying a little too fast. I want to have a little more durability or a little more health. It's like, yo, you switch it out. You go to the Sentinel, you go to the Sentinel. As you see, your health starts to skyrocket. And this is how it would work. This is what I would like to see with the gear in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Just like this. You pick what you want to have, and it reflects how your character moves, the type of how quiet he is. It reflects his speed, his stamina, and the more you give him, the more heavy he's going to be. Now you could rock a guy like this and still rock the large bag, and you could fill up your large bag with a lot of stuff. You know, you can come in here and although your weight goes up, you just have a bag with a lot of stuff. This bag right here, you know, this will come down a little at a time. As you can see, your weight went up and your stealth isn't as good. And as you can see, the less things you take out of your bag, your stealth, your speed, your stamina, it starts to go up. If you guys just look over here, as I take these things out one at a time, as you can see, it went all the way up to now this level where it was down here before, the more you add. And I think a system like that, if you're out in the field with just this guy with this bag, and you're like, oh shit, I need this, and you fill up your slots here. And we were also discussing a rappelling gear, bivouac equipment, to where you could actually set up your own bivouacs in game, to where you can heal or do things of maybe set up your own fast travel locations, things like that. And you would have to have slots in your bag for these types of items. But outside of this, what I would really like to see with this bag is it work like The Last of Us. Once you throw a grenade and you throw a second grenade, you have no more grenades out here. If you want to throw a third grenade, your guy will take his bag out. You'll have to take your bag out just like in The Last of Us and grab a grenade and then put it back in. Or if you want to take a little more time, you take your bag out and you put on the grenades or whatever on your vest. You put the bag back on, you keep it moving. And it could be like a press or a hold button, the way it would be key bound. You know, like maybe if you press it or something, maybe he takes it out, or if you hold it, he grabs the first item. I don't know, like how it would be programmed. That's a completely different video and conversation. But this basically, how long? Yeah, we're at about 13 minutes now. I think I could end the video here. This is basically the gear management system, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. You know, if you want to rock sniper, and maybe you'll wear you'll have like the fire, you know, whatever, put on some armor bag, and then maybe like a Hill's vest or something, and you have on the boonie hat. You see, your stealth, your health, you're kind of a baseline soldier, because this sniper rifle is just too much. With this gear, you could throw on the submachine gun and you lose, you know, 10 pounds of gear and you go up a little bit. But maybe, you know, the Hill's vest is just too much stuff. You go back to the Alice chest or something like that. And, you know, you would switch around with all the different pieces of gear, and all the different types of gear would represent in game, you know, less armor, more armor. The more armor it has, the more it would change your play style, the heavier you would be, etc., etc. So this is basically what I've been creating the past, I guess, week or so. I started messing around with it. Let me know what you think. You know, you could always change out your bags if you want, and leave empty slots, like I said, to pick up things in the field. And also, like I said here, I would like 2 of these slots to maybe be on the vest, 2 of these slots to maybe be on the belt, And in game, you could see when the character does an animation to throw a grenade, maybe he'll have an animation that reaches for the vest. He'll have an animation that reaches for the belt. And that item will disappear when he grabs it. The item will disappear. It's in his hand. Boom. Now that item is gone. And in order to refill it, you take the backpack off. Boom. He refills. He puts it back on, and you keep it moving. Just an idea. Little fun ideas that we think of that maybe one day we should sit down and learn, you know, C, C++, and Unreal, or learn your own engine and build it yourself. It's like, God, guys, shut up and build your own game. They're going to do what they want to do, but it's fun to create stuff. It's fun to give ideas. If a developer would come across this and be like, hey, you know what? I kind of understand what you're thinking of with this system. Maybe we can implement it in a Call of Duty or a Ghost Recon and get it out there into the ether of video games, where more games start doing things like this, to where you are affected by the decisions in your game. I'm not saying necessarily like a Tomb Raider game, but I feel like when people play a Ghost Recon and play it on an immersive mode, people are they're looking for a more authentic feel to their game. And I don't think this is as authentic as it can get at this point. Before maybe we get too serious, I think this keeps it fun, it keeps it light, it keeps it simple. It's very easy to understand when you have these modifiers to the left that you could see what's going up and what's going down. You don't need a skill perk. You don't need a talent point to say you're going to get +10 to stealth now. You see it all here by the decisions you make in game with what you put on your character. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll discuss some things like always. Stop by the live streams if you want to discuss it in person. Like, yo, G, I saw the video. This is what I think, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm always playing a different game. Stop by the live stream Monday through Friday. I'm usually around 4 or 5 o'clock Eastern time. And if not, like I said, comment down below. We could discuss it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the gear management system in a nutshell. Yeah. So I'm out of here, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Again, comment down below. We will always continue to bring up topics about Ghost Recon and the tactical shooter genre, and how we feel like as community members and gamers, we can kind of help guide developers to think of new things to add to these games. And, you know, we'll never stop. We love games, right? So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Yeah, everybody enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you all in the next video. All right, guys. Peace.